Okay, start off the video. Don't skip forward or anything, just listen to what I'm about to say. I need to do something. I'm about to order 44 batting gloves within the next 2 weeks. And so what I need from you guys, I need help choosing what colors to make the glove. That's on you guys. I want you guys to comment 3 colors, like you have 3 colors you think look best together, to help me out. I'm super pumped. I've never had the 44 batting gloves, and I think they're going to be awesome. I just don't know what colors to do, so I just need help. Doesn't really matter. We play slow pitch softball, so it doesn't really matter what they look like. I'm not trying to match my team or anything. Just need something that looks awesome, so help me out. The next thing I want to talk about is today's sponsor, Jesus Christ. And the Bible. Quickly want to talk about Philippians 4:13, which is really interesting because Philippians 4:13, if you don't know it, says, it simply says, I can do all things through him who strengthens me. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And this is really interesting because it's like the most common sports verse ever, basically. Not even basically, it just is. Most common verse ever used for sports, and it is so wrongly used because everyone says, I can do anything because God strengthens me. And they're using like a really physical version of strengthen. So people are like, hey, I can hit home runs because God strengthens me, right? But I'm sorry to say that's wrong. What it means is, rather than a physical strength, it's saying I can endure all things because God strengthens me. It's saying that I can be persistent. I can fight through the hard times because God is the one on my side and he strengthens me. Thank you, Jesus.
Got you, homie!
But the actual video for today is looking at these bad boys. The reason we're looking at them is, one, because I just sold this. I just sold this Rawlings Pro Preferred. It's gorgeous. It's a Pro AJ10. I love it, but to get other things, I'm selling it pretty much. So it's a bummer, but it'll be worth it in the end. I'm going to talk about this and this because they use the same kind of leather. We're going to go through like a little list of different things to kind of compare the two of them. They're both Japanese Kip leather, and so we're going to compare them and see if they're the same leather, do they feel exactly the same. First category I want to kind of go through is like thickness. And so what I mean by thickness is basically how thick the glove is.
Wow!
You can tell a lot just by giving it a squeeze. And so overall, you guys, it's a pretty simple, easy answer. Rawlings, you guys. Rawlings are just thick gloves.
Thick!
All their gloves are thick. Kip is like a thinner leather, but they still just make them thick. They're like the palm just makes it feel heavy duty. And so definitely just goes to Rawlings. I had the same experience with my other Pro Preferreds. I also have this one here, and it's the same way. Super floppy, super broken, but you can tell it's just a little bit thicker of a glove. Now this 44, it's not as thick, but that doesn't mean it's thin and bad. It's just simply not as thick as the Rawlings. This one, I got dual welting, so it actually is pretty close to the same feel. But if you look at this one, which is just single welting, it has that thinner feel. Like I said, thin's not bad, it's just thin. So Rawlings. Next up, we're going to look at durability. So how long is it going to last? So like I said, this thing feels crazy durable. It's dual welting. It feels fantastic. But majority of 44s are the single welting. So it's probably better off to look at these. But it's totally up to you to get dual welting or single. But like we just said, the thickness on these things are crazy. And so with it being that thick, it's just going to last longer. I can totally just say that I've definitely used 44s a lot, and I've definitely used Rawlings a lot. And neither of them is not durable, but just Rawlings is one step ahead. Once again, Rawlings is winning this one. Now we're going to go through laces. The laces on this Rawlings, fantastic. They rock. I mean, they're thick, and also soft enough to where it lets you flex. It lets it like gain a memory. It's really just perfect, to be honest. And then we look at 44's laces, and slightly stiffer and slightly thinner. So it's almost like it's a different style. And it's close. We gotta look at some of the other ones I have too. So we look at this one. Again, it's not thin, but it's just slightly thinner than Rawlings, and it's slightly harder though, so it kind of makes up for it. We'll look at these. That's a hard one. I think I'd have to go Rawlings. So Rawlings do just feel slightly more durable, and oh boy, it's close though. I'll give it a Rawlings. Now we'll talk about the price. The price is like pretty clear. Easily 44. You're getting a fully customized glove for $180, and then the Kip leather on this bad boy is $350, and if you go custom, it's over $400. That's just hard. Like, it's hard to spend that much money. You can get like 2.5 44s for the price of one custom Rawlings. So easily 44. Next thing is personalization, which is going to be specifically for custom Rawlings. I don't have a custom Rawlings. I've never ordered one, but I do just know the fact that it's simply 44. 44 will let you do practically anything you can possibly think of, and so they're definitely taking it away. Which, by the way, just look at that. Oh, that looks good. But 44 blows it out of the water. Not that Rawlings doesn't work to give you the glove they want. They totally do. But 44 kind of takes it to another level, and they do an awesome job. So 44. So 44 takes it with price and also personalization. Next up is going to be mesh. Mesh, I'm not a huge fan of Rawlings mesh. It is just a little too light, like a little too soft in my opinion. It doesn't like hold the gloves like shape very long at all. And I've seen quite a few mesh Rawlings, and they just, you can kind of pull them like it's just not attached to the glove. And then you look at 44's mesh, and it feels like the same weight. It's just as light, but it's so neat. The mesh is completely attached. You can't pull on it at all. And it just feels so much more like the glove feels like it's one, whereas the mesh makes it feel like a separate piece. Like, mesh is totally 44. I think they mastered mesh. It's great. The last thing I'll talk about is craftsmanship. Rawlings does an amazing job, but the problem is, so does 44. 44 has come a long way. This is my first 44 I ever got. It's almost unpleasant to look at. I'm just kidding. I love this glove, but they definitely came a long way. I mean, something to look at is like, it doesn't even come down all the way. That rough welting stops a good ways before it even gets. That's just hard. It's heartbreaking. I don't know why that is. I don't know why they ever originally did that. But it doesn't matter. Because the gloves that they make now are insane. They are gorgeous. And they do so good. All the details on these things are perfect. It is quite crazy, actually. Extremely impressive. Now, Rawlings is the same way, but what makes 44 so much more impressive is that every single glove they make is custom. 44 is making your glove every time, and it is simply perfect. And so that's what I find so impressive, and so that's why I got to give it to them. It wasn't a simple decision. It's not like 44 is way better, but it's impressive what they do, and so 44 takes that one. So from the few things that I did choose to talk about, we had 7 options, and 44 took 4 of them, and Rawlings took 3. Now, I definitely could have thought of more things to do, but those were like the key things that I could kind of think of that I feel like matter to you guys. If I forgot anything, let me know. Also, another thing I want to hear from you guys is, how do you like the setup? It is just slightly different. I've got a different angle on the room. You can kind of see, that's where I've got kind of my gloves. My wife actually got me that bench. It's like a legit old bench. and it's awesome. So that thing's so sick, and it makes the gloves look good. So again, just let me know what you think of it. If you like the other one better, I personally like this because I feel like it allows you guys to really see the gloves I'm showing you. It gives it a closer, more personal feel. But that's simply it. Again, the things you need to do: like, subscribe if you're not. Obviously, every YouTuber says that. But the things that I want you to do in the comment section is going to be to let me know what colors I should make my batting gloves. I need help because I want them to look sick. So any colors, just pick 3 colors that you think would look awesome together and comment them. There's also always the option of doing totally scattered colors throughout the glove, just like ugly rainbow. Some of them actually look pretty sick. I've seen people do that. But that's it for today's video, so thanks for watching.